To all the students, faculty, and staff of the CIA, it's really been an unprecedented week with rapidly changing conditions, literally on a minute-by-minute basis. I've already sent out an email to everyone, but I also wanted to speak to you directly. And the first thing that I want to convey is that everybody should always know that we care about you. The administration cares about you, the faculty cares about you, the staff cares about you. The reason we exist is because we care about our students. And this is a tight community who cares about each other. And no one should ever question that. We were dealing with some uncertain times and unique conditions, but first and foremost is our concern for each other. Nobody asked for any of this to happen. Weeks ago, we didn't even know what the coronavirus was, but it's here, and we have to deal with it, and it's serious, and we have to deal with it in the very best way that we all can. So as you know, we've suspended all classes on all 3 domestic campuses here in Hyde Park, at Greystone, and in San Antonio. And the suspension of classes begins at the end of today and extends for 3 weeks. We provided more information and details in the email that I sent earlier. Hopefully, we'll be able to return to some normalcy after those 3 weeks, but we don't really know. It's outside of our control, so you should continue to check in on the portals and also on the CIA website, which will keep things updated. We've made this decision to protect everyone's health and wellness, and that concern is always paramount. And we've done so on the same timeline as virtually everyone else in higher education, even given the fact that we have a very unique institution. For some universities and colleges, they simply said, well, we're going to go and teach our courses online. But here it's very hard to learn how to roast a chicken online, or to make puff pastry, or to run a restaurant, or to practice your knife skills. So we had to think through those kinds of issues. It was also important that we consult with the faculty. So today we had 3 separate meetings with the faculty to get their input, to get their guidance, to get their support. And as always, the faculty was extraordinary. And we're really so blessed to have them with us. So as we considered how it would be best to move about with this cancellation of classes, the suspension of classes, we also wanted to make sure that we did it in the best possible way to protect educational quality, academic progress for our students, and again, giving the uniqueness of our curriculum. So you should think of it as a kind of 3-week pause. If you're watching something on Netflix and you hit pause and you come back 3 weeks later, you'll pick that show up in exactly the same place. And that's what our plan is. That's what we're going to attempt to do. And hopefully it will only last for 3 weeks. But again, that's outside of our control, and we'll update the plan if we need to. If you are living on campus, you can choose to leave immediately, and I saw people packing up cars already. But if you need to stay, particularly for, let's say, our international students, if you need to stay on campus, you can't return home, that's okay. You can stay in the dorms, and we're going to take care of you. We'll also provide meals at the Egg. You'll be able to use your points to get meals at the Egg. We want to make sure that if you have nowhere to go, that you can stay on campus. And again, I refer you to the email that I sent out, because we're just going to need to get some information for you on all that. There's lots of other details that we have to communicate about, questions that people have. We'll work through that, but the suspension of classes was really a big and difficult issue for us to think through. and we've done that and made that announcement. So we'll start to work through the process of answering other questions right away. As a matter of fact, the entire cabinet is meeting right now to look at the next step issues that we have to figure out. With all that said, students, I thank you especially for your input and for your advice. We really appreciate it, and this entire institution is focused on you and dedicated to you. And we want you to always feel good about that and to remember that. To the faculty, again, I appreciate the meetings that we had today. You were great, and I couldn't be happier with your leadership. To our staff, I'm extremely grateful to have such a talented and committed group here. And for everybody, stay tuned. There'll be more information that we'll share in the weeks to come. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay positive. I think none of us can let anxiety and fear overwhelm us, and the need to strive for normalcy. Together we're going to get through this, and the Institute and us as individuals and collectively will emerge stronger and more vibrant than ever. Thank you.